Welcome to the Focused Intention Podcast Season 6, where we set aside 10 minutes or so every Monday and Friday to focus on gratitude and attitude. I'm your host, Sarah Parker Wolf. Thanks for joining me. Hey everyone, I am so glad you're here today. Today is a Friday episode, so we are focused in on attitude, or mindset, if you prefer. After Mondays, dive into gratitude. But before we get started today, I have a very special announcement that I'll get into a bit more next week. But I have a new book coming out. This is the year of me finishing projects, and I am trying to stick to the plan. So unlike some of my past books, which were for fairly specific audiences, I think this one has a wider reach. It is called Daily Intentions for Nature Lovers. So I'll give you more on that next week, but I was just really excited to share that it is just about ready. I'm getting my proofs, I'm going through them, and it will be out to you soon. Okay, let's get started. This week's focus is senses. Our five senses. That's been drilled into us since kindergarten, right? Our five senses: seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. And they are all really amazing. It is truly amazing to me as well that when someone is not able to access one of these senses, how the other ones become more acute. But all of these senses, whichever ones you are able to utilize, are, in the very simplest language, input. Our senses send input to our brains, period. And the not so simple part is that they are sending tons of this input to our brains every second of every day. And that's a lot. So when we talk about attitude or mindset and our senses, we are really talking about processing all of that input. And I think about my youngest daughter. She has some trouble processing sensory input at times, getting overwhelmed in some cases, and then at other times not getting enough sensory input. And it can be incredibly overwhelming for her. But even in someone who processes information in a neurotypical fashion, an abundance of sensory input, unmanaged, can leave us distracted or reactive or anxious. But consciously, mindfully engaging with our five senses has the opposite effect. We can become more focused, more grounded, more able to respond to how our bodies are feeling and our minds are working. We can sort out what is triggering a particular mindset, and we can choose our responses. And so today, we actively engage our senses. Now, there are many great ways to do this, as either a mindfulness practice or just kind of throughout your day when focus wanes or anxiety or overwhelm approach. But I'll give you a few things to get you started, but there's lots of things to research to find things that really work for you. But here's just some ways to get you started. So the simplest action when feeling unfocused or overwhelmed or anxious is to stop and notice each of your senses. Just do a little inventory of where you are and what's going on. So you stop and you think to yourself, what do I see? What do I hear? What do I smell? What do I taste? What can I touch? Just go through those 5 questions, and it can be quick or it can be a little more intense, whatever feels right. All right, then we take that further to kind of a full mindful practice. And this is a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And my daughter was asked to do this a lot, but it's really good at any age. 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, 1 thing you taste. I'll go through that again. 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, 1 thing you taste. Now, if I went too fast on that, you can check out, there should be a transcript with this podcast. Go look at that. It'll show you where that is, and you can write down that inventory somewhere so that you can move through it. Another quick technique, a quick grounding technique, when you get that unanchored feeling, is simply to just go outside and touch the ground. And you want to touch the ground with your hand or with bare feet. You need that solidity of skin to ground, to grass, or to the earth. Then move through your senses in that natural setting. None of these things are complicated, but it just speaks to the idea that engaging with the most basic input going into our brains is really, really powerful. And so our action this week to work on attitude or mindset is to try one of these ideas for engaging with your senses or taking a look and seeing what else you can find. Thanks so much for joining me today on the Focused Intention podcast. If you are enjoying the podcast, I hope that you will take a moment to subscribe or follow us on your favorite podcast app. A rating or a review is always appreciated, or if you just tell a friend. If you're looking for a daily dose of focus and intention, check out the Focus Word of the Day. You can find it at Focused Intention Life on Instagram or Focused Intention Podcast on YouTube, or you can find it on focusedintentionlife.com. That's my website. And you can also check out my books there. That new one, Daily Intentions for Nature Lovers, will be there soon. Daily Intentions for Parents of Kids on the Autism Spectrum, Daily Intentions for the Classroom Teacher, and Focused Intention, 101 Reflections and Intentions to get you focused on what matters. Thanks again for sharing your time with me today. Now let's go out, live with intention, love like crazy, engage with your senses, and have a great day.